What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. Man, people keep saying that Bud ducked Boots. The person that ducked Boots was Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is the one that been ducking and dodging around Boots for the last 3 years. That's the fight I think Al wanted. That's the fight everybody wanted. Keith Thurman would have been the perfect fighter to see exactly where Boots where he measure up at, and Keith won't take the fight. And the fact that Keith is fighting, two things that show me that Keith ducked Boots, and I mean on some major in a major way. If you can go back and look, it's documented proof out there that Keith Thurman said that he was going to start and end his career at 147. He said that was his division. He done moved up to 154 now. Uh, Keith has done everything. All the moves he's made lately been to trying to stay away from Boots. I mean, that was the fight that's the fight Jerron Ennis wanted. That's the fight everybody wanted to see. That's the fight he need, a fighter of that caliber before you start talking about him against Terrence Crawford or Earl Spence. I think he got the talent to beat anybody from 160 on down, just keeping it real. But do he have punch resistance? We don't know. Do he fade in the late rounds if he fight against a good fighter that's fighting him back? We don't know. And this is the only reason why I say to me it wouldn't be smart to throw him right in there with Terrence Crawford, even if Crawford and him was able to take this fight. Crawford is to show that he is the best, the most skilled at his division. He's shown that he don't take, he's not gonna come in the ring and not be focused and not be ready for the fight. So that was, Keith Thurman been sitting, he used to, he been, I think he was the WBC, the WA. I think he was a three division champion at once. I know he was a two division. I mean, well, a three belt champion. I know he was a two belt champion in the welterweight division. I think it was three. Don't quote me on that, but I know he had the green belt, and I think the either the WBC or the IBF. Well, he had the WBC and he had either the IBF or the WBO as well. And I remember him, I think he gave up one of those belts. And that was the one that I think Sean and Danny fought for. I think that was the belt that Sean and Danny fought for when Sean won the title. Keith Thurman would not fight Earl Spence back then. Now he's doing the same thing with Jerron Ennis. So when Keith be trying to call Spence out now, man, when Keith had the titles, he would not even say that man's name. And he's doing the same thing with Jerron Ennis right now. Keith should be fighting Boots. And that's why I say shit, he may feel like he can beat Tim Tszyu because Tim Tszyu been out here destroying people too. But he was willing to take that fight at a heavier in a heavier division. So from where I'm sitting at, Crawford Crawford's situation is not Keith Thurman. Crawford was undisputed at welterweight. They made him give up one of his belts to Jerron Ennis. Crawford is 36 years old, on the way out. Should be on the way to retirement. He already got rematch clauses set up with Earl Spence. It hasn't been a year since Spence been out the ring. So just say, for instance, if Spence eye surgery went good, I'm thinking, I think they said 6 weeks off. So that means he would be able to start training in April. They could have had a fight again in July like they did last year. So it's very reasonable to think just because you ain't hearing nothing from Earl Spence don't mean him and Crawford is not gonna fight at some point before the summer out. So that fight is still right there for Crawford to take. So it's a lot of reasons for him not to fight Jerron Ennis right now. I heard Blue Blood say something about the money, but I mean, money aside, there's other reasons for him not to take this fight as well. He already got a big fight set up. It's just a matter of when Spence gonna be ready. And cataract surgery ain't like a broken leg or a broken hand or something like that. He gonna be ready, back ready, real fast. I think we as fans overreacting because once again, when you hear surgery and Earl Spence, it can make you nervous. with all the shit he been through. But this is different than that other stuff. He'll be ready to fight by shit. He'll probably be. I mean, he'll be training within a month, and then he'll be. Shit. I mean, like I say, he ain't been out the ring a year. I like the rematch still for him and Crawford. I still think that's on the table. Quiet as kept. I think that's the fight we gonna get with Terrence Crawford, him and Earl Spence. This is what happened last time. All this chatter, people just making up shit to talk about, and then next thing you know, we get in the fight we was looking for. I think that's probably how this will play out again. Jerron Ennis, it's other, what about Danny? What about Keith? What about Ugas? Throw one of them. I mean, it's guys they can put him in the ring with, but Keith for sure won't fight. Danny won't fight either. So, I feel sorry for Boots in a little bit, but I go back to something Floyd said a long time ago. If you can't get the fights you want in your division, you got to move up. He did it. A lot of the greats did it. You're the welterweight champion now. You know how I feel to have a belt. He can go out there and defend it once or twice and just move up to 154 and see if he can get a fight up there. That's what I would do if I was Boots anyway. I think the bigger money right now is at the 154-pound division because that's where the better fighters at. So, you know, uh, I like Keith Thurman. I always have. He done fell off a little bit as far as once he got married. He actually just stopped fighting for a while. I thought he was going to retire, but since he back, he ducking. That's my dude. But shit, he ducked the hell out Jerron Anderson. Truth be told, I wonder how these fighters feel when they at the fight and see this dude knowing y'all running from him. I mean, I really want to know how they feel because I mean, these guys is ducking it. I mean, they will not fight this boy. They'll let you know what type of fighter he is, or the fact that Keith Thurman took this TMZ fight and just sidestepped Ennis like he did. Let me know if he ain't the truth. They damn sure think so. And I like him myself. I just, from where I'm sitting at, people get, a lot of people be taking the shit the wrong way, but I do need to see him in there with somebody that's gonna fight back and him take a punch or two to see what type of punch resistance he got. Outside of that, I'm 100% on board with Boots, and I would like to see how he fight late in a big fight with a real fighter. Would he can he keep the pedal to the metal all the way to the 12th round? But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. To the next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.